Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing Europa Universalis. Now, right now we made about more than 30 videos of this game, and I just want to say thanks to all of you who are still with me. I'm surprised that so many are actually following this series. Just realized that there are still on a regular basis between 100 and 200 people watching this. When I do, for example, an 18xx video, I don't know, after the second or third video of a series, usually I'm struggling to get 100 people watching this in the first 2 or 3 days. So I think that's kind of awesome. But anyway, so what happened? Well, we had this this economic collapse all over Europe, basically, which did cost players a ton of cash, and that cripples them quite a bit, especially when it comes to military operations in this upcoming turn now. Players simply don't have the cash to hire larger armies. Maybe the Turks can do a little bit. The bot players, especially the Spanish, might have still a few options. Austria, I removed half of the army from the bot player to make it a little harder for them too, because following the sheet they would have only lost. They would have only taken a single unrest, but I think that's ridiculous compared to what the others suffer. So therefore, I removed half of the army from their manpower, and the Spanish are still in a pretty good shape. Austria is not at all. They only have 3 units sitting here. And, well, the Poles, they are the only ones who still have a bit of cash sitting here. Of course, there are always loans, but yeah, I don't know. So we'll see. We start again with Poland, and we'll see what they are planning to do. There are also some ugly cards waiting here. The English Civil War is pretty terrible. The Russian Imperial Expansion, the same. Both really bad cards. One's for the English, one's for the Polish. So we'll see if they get triggered. One of them definitely will be. So let's see what the Poles do. So I guess first of all I'm going to spend 3 cubes of my admin and bring up my stability 1 space. With this economic collapse, it was the volatile cost fluctuation that basically also trashed the stability of every player. So that was really ugly. And now, what can the Turks do? Well, thinking about attacking roads, I got a claim there. But first my idea was to attack the Mamelukes, but I don't see that I can hire an army large enough to do so. So now I feel like, I got the exceptional year here, so I might actually consider playing that one too. That gives me a little more cash. Yeah, why not? Guess I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna spend 2 cubes here, and then can remove 1 unrest. So let's say this one here. No, that's not it. Let's take this one because these guys are already Muslim. And then I get $9, which is definitely cool. Okay. Problem is I don't have an advisor here, but yeah, I think that's okay. I think the French want to deal with some of their unrest. They got a lot going on, so I'm going to remove one of these. Oops. Darn. and flip this one here, for example. I probably will not spend all my military actions, but at least try to get rid of 2 or 3. The Spanish, well, they're gonna draw another card, I guess. And that says convert. So that costs them a cube. And then we have here southern Morocco. So I guess that's, yeah, that will be then converted to the state religion. So I'm simply going to place this here. And I think this gives me 2 points. I'm not sure, but I think so. Yeah, it's actually true. So the Spanish get 2 points, which brings them into 2nd place now. And the English. So I'm also thinking about spending a cube, getting rid of the unrest here in Essex. Okay. Austria. Are they under attack? No, doesn't look like it. So we draw a card, and it's also a convert action. So they spend a cube, and I guess they convert Venice to counter-reform. And that gives them 2 more points. The Poles. I think with the Poles, I simply want to hire maybe 6 infantry. The problem is I just don't have much money. Maybe I should take 1 loan. You know, I think I'm going to grab 6 infantry and a calf. So I'm going to get 1 loan, and that is then going to be 6 infantry. Just have to make sure this is even possible. If I do it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's no problem. I can do it there. So that is six infantry and a cavalry. Okay. And I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to hire immediately here in Western Ukraine, and that will immediately trigger a battle. So we'll see if the enemy has a rebel, a general. Now, kind of thinking about, I think I will actually bring this guy into the game. The question is, do they have one? And they don't, which is good. So I hope my general doesn't get killed. I get these 2 extra dice. That should be easy now. Yeah, we did it. So they fight back. And they killed 2 of my men. But I destroyed the rebels here. And I lose 2 infantry. Okay. That's that. And now it's oh, and I get my cube back actually. Nice. And that's an issue. I have a ton of cubes and I do not really know what to do with it. I could start a war with Estonia and Lithuania, which is kind of neat. I have to do that. I have a claim there and all. On the other hand, I don't have that many troops. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Okay. But let's see, we have the Turks again. So what is their plan now? So I think they will unlock their ships, bring them back here. That's good for trade. And it will be also helpful when attacking roads. I wonder where that port is. I guess it is here on this line. So I think it is basically between the Aegean Sea and the Eastern Mediterranean. It seems both is adjacent. It's a little bit tricky, but I think both is adjacent here. Okay, so that's it. That's my action. Getting the ships out of the port is 1 cube. And the French. So again, I'm going to spend a cube to get rid of some unrest. This is important for me. Keep things under control. Spanish will draw again a card. That is diplomacy. That costs them 3 cubes. And let's see what they're going to do here. Okay, so we got to go to the diplomatic targeting chart because none of the other points could help us to find a target for our diplomatic action. So we're going to roll a die here, and this is number 5. So that would be a realm in Aragon. Now I'm pretty sure that because we already control that, this is not happening. Gotta check if there is a specific eligibility. Let's see. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're not gonna target Aragon. It is one of our core provinces. I think it is basically by now simply Spain, and so we're not gonna do that. So that means we're gonna roll again, and that is a 2, and that brings us to the owner of Naples. Okay, so that's us 2. Okay, what do we do now? We roll again, I guess. That's a 6. That brings us to Portugal. Okay, so this is now the thing. Portugal is our target, our diplomatic target. And let's see what we can do there. Is there an alliance? Yes, there is. Does that mean it has to be an alliance with us? Oh, maybe I think it's about an own alliance. So I say no. Is there any free space there? Yes, there is. So we add 2 cubes in the target's area. Okay. So there we go. Is now an alliance possible? I think so. Okay, so we kick the British out of Portugal and we place our own alliance there. Remember, non-player realms like Portugal can only have an alliance with a single person. Now I wonder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, God. Maybe this thing is too big. I gotta check that. Yeah, as I thought, forget what I just said. The target has more than 10 tax income, or isn't a dynamic player realm with more than 10 tax income. So Portugal is not going to be a valid target. So that means we got to go back to this, to this other chart here, down here. God. There we go. So, gotta roll again. And by now we are here, I guess. So let's roll again. That's a 3. That's a realm in Burgundy. That would be France. I'm pretty sure we're not going to do that either. I think it has to be a non-player realm. Let's check again. So you actually cannot target any opponents. So this is going on down here. So that was Burgundy. So we roll again. That's a 5. So that's a realm in Flanders and Wallonia. Okay, now let's see how many. Yeah, this is. Good Lord. Okay. That's a little odd. We got one realm here which seems to be independent. I don't know why that is the case. Maybe there was a rebellion or something going on. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's interesting. There are only 9 markers there. So I guess we could either go for Namur, which is, I think, basically Burgundy, or we could target the Netherlands. So let's see what we want now. Okay, so we're going to take these 2 cubes and place them here in Flanders and Wallonia. And then, let's see what happens. God, this isn't easy. I think we're probably going to choose... Oh man, let me see. We're probably going to choose here. Highest possible tax value. Oh, here. Okay, when placing a realm within a certain area, prioritize with capital in this area, then by highest tax value. Okay. What is the capital of Netherlands? I got no clue. I'm going to take the one with the highest tax value. So I guess I'm going to do an alliance with the Netherlands. So, I don't know, let's say it's Brugge. It's underlined, so it could be this one. Let's place it here. Okay, so we placed an alliance there, and then we can add another one there. Okay. So, then, I think that's actually it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So, then we come to the British. So I think first I want to do a trade action. So I'm going to place a cube or play a cube, and I'm going to bring one of my ships. Ah, shit. That sucks. There is nobody left over there, so that's not really good. I cannot build a connection from America to England. Well, maybe I'm gonna do a trade anyway and simply hope that I draw North Sea or English Channel. I don't know if that makes any sense though. You know, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna draw 3 cards. Maybe I'm lucky. I would like to build a couple of more ships, but to do that, I need cash. And I also would like to play the naval traditions, but also here I need $2. And that I don't really want to take another loan. So let's see what we get here. Spices. Nope. Cloth. That sounds great. Fantastic. That's a hit. Okay, we can take the cloth here. So that is the English Channel. And we got a massive trading power there, I think. Sadly, we got a pirate there too, which sucks. But we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we got England, London, Essex, York. We got a ton. We got 8 there. That would be 11. Well, as I said, sadly we got a pirate there, which brings us down to 8. But that's still a lot of cash. So I'm kind of happy with that. I guess that was pretty much as good as possible. Really a good and lucky draw. Now it's Austria, and they will draw another card. And that is also a diplomacy card, which costs them 3 cubes. So let's see what we get here. They have a few more options, I guess. They already have some alliances and stuff. So let's see what we get here. So I think in this situation, I'm going to treat these guys here, which are now vassals, as a standard NPR. And I think they might get a chance to vassalize these guys. Let's see. It's not that simple though. Let's say that would be already the... Yeah, that's an option. Okay, here's what I'm going to do, because I basically allowed... Usually when bots cannot have vassals. But when I kind of make the transition to a bot, I say we're going to leave it that way. So I'm going to count now this vassal state as an alliance and a marriage. Has he a higher tax income than the non-player realm? Yeah, I guess that should be possible for me, although it's kind of close. Has he cubes? No, we don't have that many cubes in there. No, we would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cubes, and we only have 3 there. Okay. Yep. So we add 2 cubes there. And it's obviously our goal to vassalize these guys, or to completely annex them. All right. Okay, and well, we can ignore this now. We can actually enter a royal marriage. Yeah, I think that's possible. That's a 5. So yeah, we place a marriage on the capital. Let's do that. I mean, the whole thing is not exactly following the bots here, but you know, as I said, we already had that vassal issue in general with the bots. So I think that makes sense to play it that way, and it will give the Austrian player a real option to annex Venice, which would be definitely a gain for them. So you place this here, and that's that. And now it's Poland again. Yeah, they got that question now. What is their plan? They have a small army. They have a ton of cubes. What are they going to do? They can no longer draw an event card. And there is this nasty Russian Imperial expansion, which will give us a ton of problems. So therefore, I really don't know what to do at that point. It's a tough decision here. It's a tough choice. Yes, I'm going to do a trade action simply to delay things a little bit. So I'm also going to draw 3 cards. Okay, let's see what we got. Well, the livestock, that doesn't help. Grain, Kiev. Is that an option? Where is that? I don't think it is. Or maybe it is. Is that Kiev? Oh yeah, there we go. That is grain. Awesome. That looks good. Yeah, so we can trade grain. And that means that's a plus here. So it's Kievas, which is this one, I guess. That's 2. That's a vassal. Does a vassal count? Gotta check that. Actually, you have to own the province. So a vassal isn't good enough. Vilnius, I don't know, man. It seems to be all... No. Shit. Odoyev. That seems to be all Lithuanian territory. Maybe this one? No. That's not great. Where is Odoyev? I got no clue. It's here. So yeah, that doesn't work. So that means I basically only have a single trade power there. And that gives me $3. That's not good. But okay, it's something, and yeah. Okay, so $3 here. Okay. Really at some point want to annex Lithuania, but that's not easy. We need a lot of diplomacy to do that. Or a lot of cash. That could be also helpful, of course. And the Turks again. So what are they going to do? Well, I could also do a trade action. Got a lot of ships now here in the area. You know, I think I'm actually going to do that. More trade. I enjoy that. You know, it's like looting a dungeon or something. What will it be this time? Okay, so that is gold, but we won't get that. Ivory, nope. Fur, and maybe Kazan, but I think this is... No, that's not... No. No, nothing for me here. So I simply get $2 out of this. And that was not too exciting for the Turks. So the French will spend 2 to increase their stability. They got the church attendance duty, therefore it's not that expensive for them. And there is not that much interesting going on in this turn. Everybody's got to kind of deal with the impact of that economic blow. So that was a little bit what we had to expect. Spain, we draw another card here, and that is a military action. So we might finally see something happening. Okay, one card gets discarded. Now let's see who the target could be here. Okay, I guess it's here, yeah. So he's not at war. Does he have a claim? Yeah, the Spanish do actually have a couple of claims. So let's roll the die here. That is a 3. That is a 2 here. There we go. Lombardy. Okay, now it's getting interesting. Lombardy is actually, we have a claim there. Okay, select a realm for which this thing is valid. Prefer an opponent. Yeah, so now the question is, will we prefer the French and attack their, we have Genoa here, or Austria? It says prefer opponent, and I think then between these it's the highest tax income. So do we take the opponent with the highest tax income? Possibly. And I think that would be France. So I guess they're going to attack France. That's a pretty bold move. Or do they attack... No, wait a second. Maybe they want to attack the guys who have the highest tax income there. That would be Austria. Yeah, that's a... I don't know. I tend to see it that way. Austria holds 4 or provinces with an income of 4 in Lombardy, while France only 2. So maybe they're going to attack Austria. Let me find out. Maybe there is more in the rules about that. Actually, the bot instructions are very clear about that. It says by highest tax value of provinces owned in this area. So that means actually Spain will attack Austria. That's bad news for the Austrians. Oh God. But it makes total sense. So that is one. Yeah, I guess should be no problem here. Is there a problem when attacking a bot? Let me quickly go through that. Bot realms, military targets. Let's see. Targets allied with the bot. Targets a truther. No. No, I think we can easily... We can attack these guys. Okay, and that means... the target's strength is greater than twice the bot's strength. No, that is definitely not the case. So we declare war and hire 9 units. Look at that. You know, I mean, these are all 4 other players that fought against Austria before. They are now in a truce, and now the last possible player will attack. And Austria, oh man, oh boy. Maybe. I wonder really if they get wiped out or something. If things end up totally terrible for them, you know, I might even consider continuing playing as Denmark or I don't know, or as some of these realms here or something. I mean, this is a total disaster for Austria, and I don't know. I really don't know how they are doing. So if they can continue that way, I got no clue. So we declared a war here. Now, does the bot have non-player allies with 2? No. That's not the case. Okay. No, target may send defensive core to arms. Okay, so they do this, I think, not in these situations, because it has to be, I think, adjacent to, I think even adjacent to Spain. They're not going to do that. So, remove all bots cubes, nothing there. And we do we have naval battles? No, we don't. Land battles? No, we don't. Number of deployed units. Realm strength, NPR tax income. Is the army size larger than twice the target's strength? Yeah, that is the case. They can only oh, wait a minute, they got these 3 too. So that means they could bring into play maybe 6 units. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, that's exactly the same size. So yes, it actually is. Is the army on the board? Yes, it is. Check for MAC. Yeah, there is a connection. So yeah, that all looks kind of valid. Can it siege? No. Hostile units or areas less than 2 spaces away. Yeah, that works out. However, wait a second. They could use the defend the empire thing. And if they do that, oh no, that doesn't give them additional troops. That just gives them 2 additional cubes. And I'm pretty sure they're going to do that. So we're going to throw in these cubes. Oh, they're going to get the cubes anyway. Because when you declare war on a bot, that bot will get a minimum number of cubes, and that will be 5. So then they will activate. So yeah, the minimum number of cubes at the moment of the declaration of war is 5. Then they will activate this defending the empire thing, and that gives them 2 more cubes because they got an authority of 2. So now they got actually quite some bot power here. But obviously they are in a terrible shape. And so let me see now. Move army to an enemy area and range. Okay, and that is going to be an area with my own claim. So it's 1, 2. So we move these guys to Lombardy. Okay. That does not trigger a battle, and that's it. So again, Austria is under attack and in a ton of trouble. I think the English want to explore North America. Now, they don't... It would be good to have a ship, because then a 3 would be also a success. They don't necessarily need a ship, because they could, for example, explore the Great Lakes when they roll a 2, which is that would be an option. But the problem is, if they roll a 3, they need a ship to find the Hudson Bay there. Because there is no connection between one of the, or that is not adjacent to one of their provinces. So maybe I actually want to build a ship first. Or do I want to simply bring a ship from the Dogger Bank there? You know, I think I'm going to do that. So we're going to spend a diplomacy cube. Oh no, wait a second. First, I'm going to play the naval traditions. That's a diplomacy cube and $2. There we go. And that allows me to do a cheaper exploration. And I can also get rid of the pirate at the English Channel, which might be a reasonable choice to do, to get rid of this guy. But right now it is actually Austria, and they are now under attack. But they have very, very little manpower, so that is not looking good for them anymore. So they're going to defend. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so they're going to spend 2 cubes, I guess, and try to hire as much manpower as possible. Yeah, they can only hire these 6 guys, basically. That's all that's possible. The army is not large enough. So that means any area with bots towns that are occupied and there are no invaders. No, that's not the case. So we're going to roll a die and see what happens. That's a 4. So that means we go to spy instead, because we're not strong enough to do a military action. Okay. Yep. So that means the opponent must roll its rebel dice. That could be painful. So let's see. Okay, so that means we got a rebellion. 1 unrest is repaired, but the opponent also loses a cube. So I guess we're going to repair that one. And the rebellion, that is tricky. So I guess I'm going to do the rebellion here in Aragon. It is a core province, therefore it's not that painful, but it kind of sucks anyway. And we got to roll another 2 dice. Okay, so that I don't know if this is actually manpower. I don't think so. I think it means that they simply lose more. They simply lose more cubes here. But because you can only lose 1, these results have no. These results have no effect. Okay, well, at least something. Still Poland, or it's again Poland. They don't really know what to do at that point. I think they might spend 4 admin to try to bring this stability 1 level up again. But yeah, they are not doing that good. And I don't know what to do with my armies, with my cubes here. Maybe this won't get triggered if I'm lucky, but I don't know. The Turks. Yeah, they will now actually hire an army. So they got 20 bucks. That was pretty good from their trade action. They didn't, and they still had quite a bit of cash. So let me see. So I want to hire one guy here. I want to hire one guy here simply as a garrison, and then I'm going to bring a couple of additional units into this army to attack roads. And I don't know, maybe 4 units should actually do it. Well, let's say 5, just to be safe here. So I'm going to place one guy here, one guy here, and then 3 guys in my main army here. And that's that. And we go to the French again. The French will try to explore in the southern Atlantic, I guess. I think you don't even have to tell where you want to do it. Yeah, if I remember that right, you can simply roll a die and then see what happens. So I'm going to spend a cube, and I'm going to spend a cube of my naval tradition, and then I'm going to roll a die. So that is a 1. Now that allows me either to find one of these areas here, but I could also find... Is that always possible? Let me see. Maybe it is mandatory to explore territories first before you can make contact with other realms. I don't know. Discover a territory matching the number rolled or a distant area with an NPR province. Yeah, so I think I want to do that because one of my goals is the Guinean coast. So own Mali, Gold Coast, or Benin. So I think I want to place a claim in one of these. So let's say Mali. Okay, that's it. Great. I have a ship adjacent there. I don't need a connection to my home city. I don't have any ships here. I think I simply just need a ship adjacent to that area that I explored, and that's it. What's interesting is now the bot is under attack by rebels. So he will not siege here, which is a little weird, but actually the priority is to get rid of the rebels. So that means we go to defend. So he's going to spend, the Spaniards will spend a cube here. And let's see, that's interesting. Is there an area with invaders? Yes. Has he 2 cubes left and an army in an area? No, actually it seems they will siege first, possibly. We will see. We'll roll die now and see what happens. Okay, that's a 5. So they will actually attack the invading force instead and not siege. On a 1 to 4, they would have sieged here, which would be more reasonable. But I think it's kind of cool that there are these different options. Yes. Yes. Place the army in the area with the largest invading force. Okay, so we simply basically move back now, which is a little odd. We simply move back to Aragon, and it just happens because we are defending. When we would be attacking, we have to trace a path, but I think when you are defending, you can simply do it. So the spy action of the Austrian bot was pretty useful to buy him some time here. Okay, and then we have a land battle. Now this is obviously no big deal. Okay, so they take 1 damage, but who cares? And the rebels go away. Interesting, the Spanish got back their cube, but the cube comes from the supply. So we have 1 more cube here, and that means, I think now it's kind of even out. We got 8 and 8. So, yeah, I mean, they are at war, so they will probably continue doing stuff. Yeah, when you're at war, you don't trigger the event that soon. Okay, the British. So what is their goal? I think, if I remember that right, I wanted to build a ship in the northwestern Atlantic. So let's do that. Yeah, so that costs me $4, which is a bit painful, but I think I want to do this anyway. So, and that brings a ship into play, and then maybe will allow me to do some exploration there. Okay, and we go back to Austria again. So let's see what they do. So the Austrians will simply draw a bot card. They are not directly under attack anymore, so they're going to draw a card. That's unrest. So they're going to remove one of their unrest. Which one? I don't really know. Let's simply say this one. And we got to discard a cube and a diplomacy card. So I guess I'm going to load this up here. We haven't seen a lot of exciting stuff happening, but sadly that's no big surprise because of this of the financial collapse card, of this volatile cost fluctuations. Everybody is really crippled. Everybody is kind of trying to consolidate a bit. We might see a couple of exploration attempts, I guess, by the French, by the British maybe. We will see a war continuing, and I'm afraid that probably, well, I'm pretty sure the Austria will lose more provinces. And I don't know, there is a rule, I'm not quite sure where I've actually read it, but I've read something like if they do not have 6 manpower left, it is possibly that a bot gets eliminated. And I mean, they're close to that now. If they lose another one, if they lose another city or something, they are pretty much down to 6. I really don't know if it makes a lot of sense for them to continue the game then. So I'm considering things like, hey, maybe subtract kind of like 10 points or something from Austria, and then switching onto a completely different kingdom for the last age or something like that. Maybe Denmark, which is pretty potent, maybe the Netherlands, maybe even Portugal. Probably the strongest one, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It seems like Denmark is really a potent one. So I might consider maybe then switching to them and just, I don't know, maybe that becomes then a non-player realm or something. But if they are really weak, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense anymore for them to continue playing. On the other hand, I don't know. I really don't know, but it doesn't look good for Austria anymore. So, yeah, I think I'm going to load this up and hope to see you on the next video. Bye.